live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. It's Friday, March 1st.
That's right, the beginning of March. Happy Friday. It doesn't feel like it right now, but it probably will later. But you're going to check in with Justin in just a minute.
But first, we're going to get to some breaking news that happened overnight. A major crash sends at least 2 people to the hospital and shuts down part of the highway. Happened just after 3 this morning near North Star Mall. Our RJ Marquez is there with the latest.
Yeah, that's right, Mark and Stephanie. Usually I'm in the studio with you guys reporting on these accidents, but I'm out here on the field this morning because it's a pretty major accident that we're seeing near North Star Mall, as you guys mentioned. So we're across the highway right now from this crash on the 281 South ramp to the 410 West highway, just a little bit near or the McCullough exit avenue. So fire officials have been here for now a few hours investigating what happened on the entrance ramp. I'm going to go ahead and step out of the way here real quick, see if we can get a zoomed in shot on exactly what is going on right now. What we do know right now is that 2 cars were involved in this crash and that one caught fire, the other rolled over. So we also have some video of this crash right now. Fire officials told us that a driver smashed into a car that was on the side of the ramp. Now, crews did not know if that car was stranded, but it immediately caught fire and was absolutely engulfed in flames. The SUV that crashed into that car rolled over several times. Fire officials said the driver and a passenger were both taken to the hospital, and one is in very serious condition right now. In fact, being described as critical condition as well. At least 9 fire units responded to this crash, and SAPD actually shut down the ramp immediately to investigate what happened. Investigators are still trying to determine if someone was in the car that caught fire. A fire chief that was on the scene earlier said that a person may have fled the scene, but that has not been confirmed with San Antonio police or officers out here on the scene. So we're going to come back out here live real quick. So just want to give you an idea of sort of the backup that we're seeing right now. So the entrance ramp from 281 southbound traffic to 410 West is shut down at the moment. So you're going to have to find an alternate route to get to this area. So we saw SAPD taking photos of the crash a little bit earlier, so they could be out here for a little bit longer as we see that crash still right here in the distance behind me here. So again, it's been a very busy night out here for San Antonio police. Officials investigating this crash that involved at least 2 vehicles and at least 2 people that were sent to the hospital. We're live on the north side. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys in the studio.
RJ, thank you. So that's going to cause some traffic tie-ups here for the next couple of hours, and we'll be checking back with RJ on the status there. I want to show you the satellite picture this morning if you're just waking up with us. We still have some clouds, yes, but these are going to be here another couple of hours, and then they'll get out of here. We'll get some sun back in the forecast this afternoon, and it will warm us up. This is a special satellite where we can look at the clouds during the nighttime hours, and you can see the edge of the clouds northwestern Bexar County. If you're watching us from the hill country, skies have cleared already, but not here in San Antonio just yet. So our forecast today, cloudy this morning, but then those clouds start to break up, and by midday we're at 58. Starts off a little cool, but look at the temperatures this afternoon. 72, that's downright gorgeous. It'll be a great Friday afternoon with sunny skies and light southerly winds. How about that weekend? 79 on Saturday, gets even warmer. We will start off with some fog, both Saturday and Sunday, I think, but then the sun comes out during the afternoon. We're close to 80 on Saturday, Sunday 78. There's a small chance for storm, but rain chances actually pick up on Monday. We're going to talk about this because we could see some thunderstorms, and that includes a couple days next week. More on that forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. New this morning, San Antonio police looking for the person who shot a man in the face overnight. It happened around 11:30 last night in the 4400 block of Ritterman Road. Police said the victim managed to run to a nearby gas station to call for help. SAPD says the wound is more of a graze than a direct hit. So far, police say there's no suspect information and they don't know why the shooting happened. President Joe Biden wrapped up his trip to Brownsville, Texas yesterday, and he was not alone.
Mayor Ron Nirenberg was one of several mayors who joined President Biden. And as Daniela Ibarra explains, the mayor says the visit is good for San Antonio.
Mayor Ron Nirenberg says he's one of about a dozen mayors who met with President Biden. He says it was important to come to Brownsville to show support for the president because it can help the Alamo City. The crisis along the Rio Grande is spilling into cities across Texas.
How is the migration issue impacting San Antonio?
Well, the migration flows in San Antonio and throughout the southern border ebb and flow.
San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg met with President Biden during his visit to Brownsville.
Did the president ask you anything specifically about San Antonio?
Well, he asked us how it's going, and I reported to him that it is a challenge.
Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas joined the president to meet with Border Patrol agents and local leaders like Nirenberg.
Do you feel like the president heard you?
Absolutely. The president has heard us. That's why he worked to craft this legislation along with a bipartisan group of Senate leaders.
That legislation is a border security bill President Biden pushed forward during his trip.
It's time for the speakers and some of my Republican friends in Congress who are blocking this bill to show a little spine.
Nirenberg says that bill could lead to relief for cities like San Antonio. He's urging Congress to act.
This border issue is so very frustrating, Daniela, because it is less an immigration crisis as it is a political crisis.
Brownsville's mayor called the president's visit here a big deal. He says the bill will help his community, which he says is overwhelmed and overworked by the migrant crisis. For GMSA, I'm Daniela Ibarra.
Now to Eagle Pass, where former President Donald Trump also made a stop to address the increasing number of people trying to come into the U.S. illegally.
As John Paul Barajas reports, the former president had supporters and some pushback.
Nice weather, beautiful day, but a very dangerous border. We're going to take care of it.
Former President Donald Trump touched down in Del Rio for his southern border visit. As he made his way to Eagle Pass, people lined the entrance of Shelby Park to see him.
Just shows that he cares. And with Biden, of course, he never came, so you know, he went to Brownsville.
But some think the dueling border visits from President Joe Biden and Trump is all for show. It's political, the Republicans versus the Democrats, and we have an election coming up. The Texas National Guard took over all of Shelby Park, and a lot of people use that for events for the city, he said. Governor Greg Abbott and the state took over Shelby Park in January, something the former president commended him on this afternoon, along with measures like shipping containers, buoys, and razor wire.
But I think he understands war, because that's what you're in. You're in a war.
During his visit and tour, Trump also made clear he didn't think President Biden was doing enough for border security.
By the Biden migrant crime, it's a new form of vicious violation to our country.
And touted his policies from his time in the Oval Office, like Remain in Mexico, asylum bans, and Title 42. But the Eagle Pass Border Coalition was very outspoken about both Trump and Abbott's visit to their community.
And this unwanted attention, this unwanted militarization of our community is unwelcome. You are not welcome here, gentlemen.
Back out here, the former president's quick border trip has ended, and he's vowed to conduct, quote, the largest domestic deportation operation in American history, end quote, if he wins the White House in November. But regardless of that, the state's taking over of Shelby Park with added fencing and military personnel manning the gates. That doesn't look like it's going anywhere. In Eagle Pass, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
In other news, the Smokehouse Creek fire up in the Panhandle is now the largest recorded fire in Texas history. It's burned more than 1 million acres so far and growing. The San Antonio Fire Department is among those who have sent personnel to help battle those flames up north. We know at least 2 people were killed in those wildfires.
There's a chance that there may be people that did not survive and were trapped by the fire.
Guys with A&M Task Force 1. As land and structures continue to burn, agricultural agents estimate around 5,000 cattle have been killed in these fires.
Here at home, talks about the Spurs potentially leaving the east side have some community members wondering what happened to the economic development they were promised.
It being a line or like a stream of businesses and things, it would be great for business and the ambiance of the area.
Ricky Jenkins, manager for Ball Hogs Barbecue near the Frost Bank Center, says he'd like to see more businesses to bring in crowds and jobs for residents. His restaurant hires local youth to give them some job experience. Now, Bexar County Commissioner Precinct 4, Tommy Calvert, says part of the reason the development around the center didn't happen was because the community didn't have an initial say.
At this moment, I still have business owners who are complaining that live there at the Andy. We cannot literally get there ourselves, and we can't have our guests come, and we can't have our business associates come. This is no way to be a good neighbor.
So we asked the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, who oversees traffic flow during special events at the Frost Bank Center. They said the cones are to help move traffic along, but they are open to reviewing plans to ensure businesses are not negatively impacted.
Thunder played at the Spurs last night, meaning Chet versus Wemby Part 3. The two rookies are having incredible seasons. First quarter opening seconds, Devin shoots and misses, but chases the rebound for our follow-up slam dunk. It's 2-0 Spurs. Later in the quarter, Vassell throws an inbounds pass to Wemby for more jam. That was too easy for Wemby over the shorter Jalen Williams. Spurs up 4 when Zach Collins goes bounce pass to Sohan for a high percentage shot. Final seconds, Thunder steal the ball from Blake Wesley and go back the other way. Isaiah Joe for 3, and this game is tied at 37 after 1. Second frame, and after a pick and roll, and Chet finishes the alley-oop over Wemby, but it wasn't easy. Back at the other end, Chet defending Wemby, and Victor wins that one-on-one battle with a little lefty hook shot over the arm of Holmgren. Spurs led 69-64 at halftime. Third quarter action, Spurs are up 3 when Victor extends that lead to 6 with this three-pointer right over his defender. Cue up Wemby from the same spot, and he goes 3-ball again, and the Spurs led 80-73. San Antonio would go up by as many as 12 points after this Julian Champagnie triple. Spurs only led 98-96 after 3 quarters, but they would not lose this game. Final quarter, Wemby to Devin, back to Wemby for a step-back 3, and Victor is money. And the Spurs bench is loving it, going crazy. Now for the icing on cake. Check looking to score. Wemby tells him no way. One of his 5 blocks on the night. A great night at the arena. Spurs win 132-118. Wembanyama had 28 points and 13 rebounds. That's more like it. We'd like to see more of that, right, Steph?
Yeah, that looks awesome.
So Spurs will next host the Pacers. That's coming up Sunday night at 6 o'clock over at Frost Bank Center. What a nice way to start a Friday.
That's awesome. Also, Leap Day worked out for the Spurs once again.
It did, you're right. Because the last one we had a win against was like Orlando or something like that?
Yes, the Magic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, go Spurs go.
Go Spurs go.
5-12, 46 degrees.
Well, potatoes are often a great side dish to many meals, so why not grow them yourself? Up next, the easiest way to grow them and how to know when they're ready.
Outside with live cam. Another cool start today, mid-40s here in town as we look back towards the skyline. And what about the weekend? What are we going to be doing this weekend weather-wise? Justin has an update. French fries, chips, mashed, baked, loaded, of course. All ways you can eat potatoes.
So why not grow them? In this Gardening with KSAT segment, Sarah Costa shows us how to plant potato seeds, and she says you have to get them in the ground now.
Should you chit your potatoes? Guys, I'm saying that with a hard CH. Chit. Anyways, I'll get to that in a second.
We are getting a late start, so make sure you plant them now in early March. I get my potato seeds from Rainbow Garden. Use potato seeds because grocery store potatoes are treated not to sprout.
I didn't have time to chit my potatoes. Chitting is allowing them to sprout before you put them in the ground, but they're gonna be just fine without it.
If your seed is larger than 2 inches, find the eyes and cut them into smaller pieces. You need to let these dry overnight before planting. If you plant them right away, Rainbow Garden has sulfur powder that you can sprinkle on the cut sides to prevent disease before you put them in the ground. Make sure you have 12 inches of soil and dig a 6-inch trench. Plant 10 to 12 inches apart. This is important. The eyes must be up. Cover with 2 to 3 inches of soil. You can add an organic fertilizer like this one in 2 weeks. And make sure to give at least an inch of water every week.
Add more soil when the shoots get 4 to 6 inches, and as it continues to grow, he'll soil around the tuber. Harvest time is anywhere from 2 to 4 months, and you'll know when it's time when that foliage gets yellow and brown. Wait 2 weeks, then it's harvest time. Happy gardening. I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
I don't think we've done potatoes before.
No, looking forward to French fries.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that doesn't like potatoes. Do you?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, all right.
Interesting.
517, 46 degrees.
Let's go ahead and look out there with TransGuide. Here's that accident we were talking about earlier today, 281 at Loop 410. You can see there is still some activity out there. We're going to get a check-in later on.
I'm a parking gate and I'm all out of whack.
Please insert your parking ticket.
It's going to take a lot more than a little ticket to get out of here. And if you have cut rate car insurance, this could leave you all bent out of shape. No! So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Someone has broken too, pal.
Please insert your parking ticket.
Sore throat got your tongue? Mucinex Insta-Sue Sore Throat Medicated Drops. Uniquely formulated for rapid relief that lasts and lasts.
That's my baby!
Get Mucinex Insta-Sue. It's comeback season.
When you smell the amazing scent of Gain Flings, time stops. And you realize you're in love.
Steve!
With a laundry detergent. Gain Flings. Seriously good scent.
And right on time, there is Justin Horn. And the flashing lights you're seeing behind us again is something we're tracking out near the airport. That would be southbound 281. The ramp is closed to westbound Loop 410.
Yeah, it's been a problem all morning long, and we're going to be kind of keeping an eye on that throughout the day.
And I did see there was a crash also McCullough downtown that is going to maybe cause a few slowdowns. And by the way, there will be some shutdowns on 1604 this weekend. We're going to be getting to that in a little bit, showing you where some of those shutdowns are. But that includes I-10, 1604, and then there along 1604. So just a heads up there. And let's go ahead, if we could, go ahead and switch over to the weather maps, and we'll talk about what's going on weather-wise with some clouds that are continue to plague our area. We've had the clouds all day yesterday, of course, and that kept us very, very cold. But we're starting to see these clouds kind of break up, and eventually we'll see these clouds go away and skies will clear. The sun comes out. It's going to be a much warmer day, but you can see where the clouds are right now, kind of lining up there along I-35. If you're out west in the hill country, skies have cleared. You're going to wake up to some beautiful weather this morning. It is a little chilly in spots, but it does warm up nicely today. Here in San Antonio, we still have the cloud cover, 47. There isn't a wind chill because we don't have much in the way of wind. New Braunfels still cloudy there, 45. But if you're watching us from Kerrville, skies have cleared. And look what that does to temperatures. You remove that blanket. It acts like a blanket, right? The cloud cover. And temperatures really are allowed to fall. So it's 34 there. We could briefly hit freezing in Kerrville this morning. And as we look at the visibility, there could be a bit of patchy fog so far. We have not seen that, so I don't think that's much of an issue. It will be tomorrow, though. We will see fog build back into the area both Saturday and Sunday, but again, not really much of a problem this morning. Here's the forecast. 9 a.m., 50 degrees. Skies are beginning to clear. Noontime, 58. We've got sunny skies, and then we make it up to 72. A gorgeous, gorgeous day here across South Texas with sunny conditions. All right, this weekend, 79 on Saturday, morning fog, afternoon sun, and then on Sunday, clouds will be slower to clear. So it'll be a little more cloudy, and we'll see fog again. I don't think rain is an issue this weekend, but it does start to kick in as we get into early next week. So let's look at the forecast here. This is 5 o'clock today. Clouds are gone. But by tomorrow morning, we get a little bit of that fog building, especially east of San Antonio. That clears out, mostly sunny on your Saturday. This is 5 o'clock tomorrow. And then as we get into Sunday, it's more widespread fog, more widespread morning clouds. Those stick around a while longer, so it's a mostly cloudy day on Sunday. Then we look downstream on Monday. A little disturbance rolls in. Not necessarily strong, but they don't always have to be. Just a little bit of lift could give us a few thunderstorms Monday afternoon. So that's what I'm going to watch for. Atmosphere is set up for maybe some thunderstorms too. So we do need to keep an eye on that. I wouldn't expect widespread severe weather or anything like that, but this time of year we do need to watch some of those thunderstorms that'll pop up. So it's Monday. Monday is kind of the day we have tagged with our best rain chances, 30%. 20% Tuesday, another chance on Thursday. Honestly, next week looks a lot more like spring, where you get some of these afternoon thunderstorm chances and temperatures are warm. So we're leaving the cool air and the dust here with 72 today, 79 Saturday, 78 Sunday, and some 80s showing up next week with those small rain chances. We'll be right back.
It's something some of us thought we would never see. Apple is expanding its self-repair program to include other Apple devices. ABC's Andrew Dembert has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple allowing users with the latest MacBook Pro and iMac models to fix their own devices. The company expanded its self-service repair program to include computers powered by its new M3 chip. They'll also have access to Apple's remote diagnostic tool in addition to manuals and parts. Next, X's audio chat rooms called Spaces can now broadcast live video. Only people hosting the session can enable the video and broadcast with either their front or rear cameras. During the session, participants can still speak or co-host. And finally, Spotify is launching a new feature called Song Psychic, which allows users to ask questions and get answers through music. It's like a modern-day Magic 8-Ball, offering responses on everything from careers to school to love, all in good fun. So if this goes well, Spotify will have made a profit and a fortune. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Time now, 5:28 and 46 degrees for now.
The National Conference for Women is right around the corner. Up next, why tens of thousands of women across the nation will soon participate in a giant networking event. Welcome back and good morning to you. 5:31 on your Friday, March 1st.
All right, happy Friday. And I know some people were a fan of the cold, but some people can't wait for this afternoon. Yeah.
Me? No, it was fine. It was fine yesterday. Yesterday was a good day. I took one heck of a nap, I can tell you that. Just the cold weather, the clouds, it was good napping weather. Today, the sun's out. It's going to feel a lot more like, you know, exciting weekend weather here with the warmer conditions, and we'll get some great weather coming up on Saturday and Sunday, too. Weather where you live right now, we've got temperatures 47 at the airport, 45 in New Braunfels, 47 in Seguin, 43 Bernie, 34 right now in Kerrville. Reason the temperature is so much cooler there, skies have cleared, and that allows those temperatures to really plummet. And we've got some drier air that has funneled in, too. Winds generally pretty light. This is an okay setup for fog. We have some moisture that's tried to creep back in, but so far fog is not developed, so it hasn't been a problem. And as we look at the satellite picture, there's the cloud cover that still sits over San Antonio. So right now, it ends right there in northwestern Bexar County, and then you get into the hill country, skies are clear. We're going to have to wait a little longer for these clouds to officially get out of here, maybe another couple of hours, but they will. And that will lead to those warmer temperatures today. 46 at 8 a.m., 56 at 11 o'clock, 58 noontime, and then we're up around 72 this afternoon with sunny skies and southerly winds starting to kick in 5 to 10 miles per hour, which will eventually lead to some fog again tomorrow as moisture really does try to surge back in. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit and talk traffic. Of course, RJ has been covering what we've got going on there at 281 and 410. This morning. Major rollover with a fire. It has caused a lot of problems, and that is slowing down traffic a little bit. It hasn't had huge impacts just yet because the traffic really hasn't picked up, but it will. We want to let you know that that ramp is still closed there, and that is 281. 410 going on to 281.
Yeah, southbound 281.
Southbound 281.
410 westbound.
There you go.
And there are no other accidents, Justin.
No other accidents being reported. So it's just that one there, and you can see it on the map. And again, right now everything's green, but I would anticipate that'll change here in a little bit once traffic really starts to pick up. And as long as that scene's there, yes, there will be some delays this morning around that area. So keep that in mind, guys.
Justin. Well, right now, police are looking for the people who killed a man at a warehouse. The warehouse is on Loop 410 and I-35 on the city's northeast side. Police say a man was standing at the back door of that warehouse yesterday when two men approached him and started shooting. The first man we told you about died at the scene. Now the shooters took off. They were last seen in a black car on FM 78. If you know anything that can help lead police to them, you are asked to call them.
Bexar County Sheriff's deputies in jail. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says Joshua Martinez lied on a report about an incident with an inmate back in October 2022. The inmate accused Martinez of throwing her to the floor during an argument. Martinez denied the accusation, saying in a report that the woman threw herself on the floor. But the Sheriff's Office says security video backs up the woman's claim. Martinez is charged with tampering with a government record. He's on unpaid leave while the investigation continues. The southern border front and center for voters. President Biden and former President Trump visited our state yesterday to say how they would fix issues there.
Illegal border crossings are hitting record highs. And as ABC's Perry Russum shows us, more than 2 million people were apprehended in 2022 alone.
President Biden and former President Trump with dueling visits at the U.S.-Mexico border.
We need to act. A very dangerous border. We're going to take care of it.
Both leading candidates for president saying how they'll fix the border crisis. Biden urging Republican lawmakers to pass the border security bill.
Instead of playing politics with the issue, why don't we just get together and get it done?
The bill would give more funding to Border Patrol officers and immigration judges. It's currently stalled in Congress.
I just don't believe that the Senate bill, as I've explained in all of our statements, meets the criteria that's necessary to solve the problem.
House Republicans are blocking the bill under direction from Trump, giving him political ammunition against Biden. Trump is promising mass deportations and more border wall. In Trump's 4 years in office, 50 miles of new wall was built, but deportations dropped significantly, far below his predecessor, Barack Obama. The former president at one point waving to migrants on the other side of the Rio Grande.
They like Trump. Can you believe it?
Before claiming, without providing any sources, that terrorists are crossing into the country.
They're coming from mental institutions, and they're coming from insane asylums, and they're terrorists. They're being let into our country.
Voters in Texas highlighting the urgency of the issue.
It is a crisis. Personally, immigration, of course, is a very big issue. We need to fix our immigration system.
With that border bill stalled, the president is considering taking executive action to tackle the crisis. That could include tougher asylum laws. An announcement could come at next week's State of the Union. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
The Internal Revenue is cracking down on high-income earners who have not filed income taxes in the past 6 years. So the IRS says it is sending compliance letters to more than 125,000 people, some of them millionaires who have not filed federal tax returns since 2017. Agents used third-party information like W-2 and 1099 forms to identify violators. So for several years, the IRS did not have the manpower to pursue offenders. But the agency received a boost in resources from the Inflation Reduction Act. Tax officials say those who receive letters are urged to act quickly to avoid additional penalties and fines.
Time is running out to vote early for the Texas primaries. I cast my ballot yesterday. Early voting officially ends today. Then Election Day is coming up Tuesday, March 5th. We have more information on voting locations and sample ballot you can look at right now over at KSAT.com.
Time now, 5:37 and 46 degrees for now.
Up next, how an upcoming National Women's Conference is aiming to change specific issues, including an ongoing gender pay gap.
And looking out there with live cam this March 1st, if you're a fan of cold weather, well, here it is this morning. But if you like the warmer weather, just wait for the afternoon. We'll be right back.
5:41, not only is it Friday, today also kicks off Women's History Month.
And what better way to mark the occasion than to tell you about an upcoming event designed to help women succeed in their careers. So our Stefania Jimenez tells us about the National Conference for Women.
Mark your calendars. On March 14th, tens of thousands of women across the nation will come together online for the largest network of women's conferences in the nation. It's called the National Conference for Women. Think of it as a giant networking event. Women in different careers will connect and share advice.
My goal is to reach as many women as we can, because I think women need to hear stories. They need to hear topic areas. They need to hear how to address the concerns that they're facing every day in the office, and they need some practical advice to be able to go do that.
Tamara Fields is a board member of the Texas Conference for Women. Every year, more than 55,000 women attend one of 4 separate conferences for women, but in 2024, all 4 are merging. Tamara says that will benefit more women.
It's been proven through the years. If you think about the Harvard Business Review, the impact of conferences on women. Women's likelihood of receiving a promotion is doubled when they've attended a conference. And in addition to that, the likelihood of receiving a pay increase triples.
That's important considering there's still a gender pay gap. The Pew Research Center says women only make up about a third of workers in the country's 10 highest paying jobs. Although that's up 13% from 1980, still not quite 50-50.
The biggest obstacle that we have is moving up the career ladder and really owning our voice and owning our story, owning our history, and saying, yes, give me a chance. I deserve this, and this is why.
Tamara says women of all ages and stages in their careers are welcome to the conference, and that invitation also extends to men.
How do you make change if part of the change is the people you need don't attend, right? You just talking about it among yourself doesn't actually facilitate change. You need change makers, and men are change makers along with you. So we often talk about allyship.
We have a link for ticket information on our website, KSAT.com. Stefania Jimenez, KSAT 12 News.
543, 46 degrees.
Need a new friend around the house? Well, here's a cute one. San Antonio Humane Society has a perfect pet for you coming up.
Oh, that puppers loves Mike there, right?
So cute.
Let's check the roads on TransGuide right now. This is our issue, folks. If you're just now waking up, we had a big car fire earlier, so that ramp from 281 South to 410 West near North Star is still shut down.
Oh, Kim, what's the half-closed little eyes? Are you... Oh,
I'm just
anyway. Hi, Kim's here from the San Antonio Humane Society. Who is this little guy? He looks like he's just
little
in
guy,
trance.
I know, is Palm. Can kind of fit in the palm of your hand, but is about a 2-3 month old little terrier mix. Probably going to stay. Has probably a little bit of Chihuahua in him. Not going to get too big at all. So, but loves. Look at that. He's just loving that. Wants that massage.
Oh my God, yeah.
Under
the eyes
ears,
just kind of go.
The eyes are like, ooh, yeah. Gives a little bit. Like keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
There you go. I'll do this, and Kim will tell us what's going on. Okay,
so
listen closely.
we have camp coming up during spring break. So if you're looking for something for your kiddos, we still have a lot of opportunities, but spaces are limited. So for your 3rd through 5th graders and your 6th through 8th graders, we've got Barks and Crafts, and we have shelter helpers. So they'll get to go behind the scenes of the shelter and see what it all takes to put something on. And then also with Barks and Crafts, you'll get to make activities for little friends like Palm that kind of, it's like a puzzle. So you'll get to learn how to keep their mind going, how to keep them entertained and things like that. So it's a great opportunity.
And seeing behind the scenes, because Kim has taken me on behind the scenes tours before, really cool what goes on back there. I mean, just how involved it is there. So yes, indeed. Really? You're kidding. What else?
What else is going on?
Right there. Okay.
He's giving the interview today.
So it's Fredericksburg, just outside 410, right? Okay. And that was 226-7461. Okay.
Come adopt me.
Thank you. You did very well in your debut.
Aww.
Great job, Palm.
So cute.
He's having a full conversation with Mike.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, we got a big closure we got to let you know about this weekend. If you're going to be traveling on the north side, 1604, up around the I-10 area, there are going to be some closures. So the interchange itself is closed down, at least for 1604. Now, if you're traveling north-south I-10 or east-west, however you want to look at it, those lanes will be open. But it's the 1604 eastbound, westbound lanes that will be closed, as will some of those cloverleaf ramps that you see there on the west side of Interstate 10. So we want to let you know about that. That's been ongoing, but another closure this weekend. Then further down 1604, there will be full closures eastbound and westbound. Westbound will be Stone Oak Parkway to basically Northwest Military, the entrance and exits ramps there. And then the eastbound, basically Northwest Military, almost all the way to 281. So this is going to cause some headaches. We wanted to let you know about it. They're still working on this construction. And I think we have a little bit of video we can show you with our drone, some of the work that they're doing there. But they're putting up, of course, some of those columns and then the beams. And so this all takes closures of the road to get this done. But it will be a bit of a headache this weekend, I would imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, it will.
And right now we only have the one ramp closure due to an accident earlier here at the airport, southbound 281 to 410 westbound, still shut down. Yes, even right now. Are we seeing traffic sneak by?
A little bit. Yes, one lane.
Okay. So that ramp may be starting to open up.
Yes, but take it slow.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on it. And we got to talk about March, guys. It is here. It is here. We had leap day yesterday, of course. 70 is the average high for March 1st. Average low is 48. Just to give you some climatology here. And by the time we get to the end of the month, the average high is 77. The average low is 55. So we really start to warm up here. And don't forget, spring begins on March 19th officially. It's starting to feel a little bit more like that. Yesterday wasn't so spring-like, but this week This weekend and next week will be. Okay, we've got some bad news. Yesterday there was some snow falling on that big fire up in Amarillo, around Amarillo, which is still burning. So that helped a little bit, but now we're moving back into critical fire danger. Not so much today, but this is Saturday we're talking about. Winds will start to pick up, the air will be dry, and so there will be another critical fire danger here across the Texas Panhandle. This is significant. We got to keep an eye on it because this is a just massive fire that's still going there. It has been a really rough go of it up in the Texas Panhandle. Meantime, I continue to show the satellite picture because it shows it so nicely, the cloud cover that's over San Antonio. I mean, we've got a sharp clearing line here. So if you're northwest of town, skies are clear, but we continue to see these patchy clouds over San Antonio, at least for the moment. And they'll be there a little while longer before we do get some sun today. So 47 here in the city. The difference these clouds are making, you can see with the temperature. 34 in Kerrville, where skies are clear. These clouds kind of act like a little bit of a blanket to keep temperatures up at least slightly here in San Antonio, New Braunfels, and Seguin. Our forecast today, 8 a.m. 46. By noontime, we're at 58, and then we make our way up to 72 this afternoon. Sunny skies should turn into a beautiful, beautiful Friday. Great evening to be out and about. And the weekend looks good, too. 79 tomorrow. A little warm, yes, but the mornings will be nice. And then we'll get fog both days. A little more cloud cover on Sunday. And, yes, the clouds clear out today. This is this afternoon, sunny skies. And then with a little bit of moisture creeping back in, fog comes back into play tomorrow morning. And then as we get into Saturday afternoon, mostly sunny, fog, low clouds Sunday morning. And these stick around a little bit longer. So Sunday will be more of a cloudy day compared to Saturday. Then a little disturbance rolls in on Monday. I think that's enough to generate some isolated thunderstorms, something we'll be watching during the day or during the afternoon, at least on Monday. That's our highest rain chance, 30%. Then a 20% chance Tuesday, as well as Thursday. Next week looks, as I've been saying, a little more spring-like. We get these little disturbances rolling through. Nothing widespread as far as rain is concerned, but just some isolated afternoon stuff, and temperatures will certainly be warm, returning to the 80s there by Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, put away the jackets next week.
You can, yes.
All right, thank you, Justin. Right now we're at 5:53, 46 degrees. Let's take a look at your lottery numbers this morning. Pick 3, 581, Fireball 5. Your daily 4 numbers, 4916, Fireball 4.
Cash 5, 8, 11, 13, 17, 20. And your Texas two-step, 5, 25, 31, 33. Bonus ball, 33.
Good morning, America. And in the headlines, we've got snow and fires. The life-threatening blizzard slamming the west this morning, and the deadly wildfires in Texas spreading in through Oklahoma. Also this morning, spring break on a budget continues. Let's find out if AI is as smart as it thinks it is. Can it book a trip for you less than you can? And it's the Global Day of Unplugging. We've got great ways to put down the device and reconnect with your family. That's coming up right here on GMA.
We have also your top local stories coming up and more on GMSA, including a fiery crash at Highway 281 and 410 overnight. This was just a short time ago. This is still affecting traffic right now near San Antonio International Airport. The flames are out, though. We'll tell you more about it coming up. And let's check TransGuide right now with some time to go before we hit the commercial break. Traffic is flowing nicely at 281 at the quarry, but not too far down the road there. Up the road, rather, is where we're seeing that ramp closure from 281 southbound to 410 westbound. Traffic looks great at 90 and General McMullen and also 90 at Military Drive. Justin has your weekend forecast coming up. We also have to get through Friday first, and we'll have complete coverage straight ahead.
Good morning. Let's look out there with a live cam. Still chilly, but it is March 1st and the weather's going to be changing.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. We made it to another Friday. It is March 1st.
Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a good weekend. The weather, I guess, has been interesting, kind of up and down. Let's go ahead and check in with Justin.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. Yesterday was chilly. It felt a lot like winter for the last day of February, and today we're just going to completely switch gears and go to some warm weather. The sun pops out. We're still waiting on clouds to clear out, but they will. And then once that happens, yes, the sun will be out, and it will be a much, much warmer day. Here's the satellite picture, and this is a special satellite where we can detect clouds here at night, but we can see that low cloudiness is still over Bexar County You get into the hill country, skies are completely clear. So Eagle Pass, Del Rio, Kerrville, Leakey, you're seeing clear skies, but not here along the I-35 corridor. So it'll take another couple of hours to get rid of these. But once these clouds move out, then temperatures will be allowed to warm up. 47 right now here in San Antonio, but underneath where we have those clear skies, notice how much colder it is. 33 Kerrville, 32 in Fredericksburg. So we have a few places that are touching freezing this morning. And then you'll see all these numbers warm up rapidly once that sun is out a little bit later this afternoon. That includes here in San Antonio, 10 a.m., 54, noontime, 58, and then look for a high today right around 72 with sunny conditions. Weather headlines here. Fog will be back over the weekend, at least in the morning time, but you'll get some warm afternoons. Then as we head into Monday, there's a chance for a few storms popping up. It's going to be very spring-like next week, so it's going to feel more like March with a spring-like pattern, some small chances for rain, and those warmer temperatures probably into the 80s. All right, let's take a quick look at TransGuide now. We'll show you what's going on traffic-wise. We've had an incident all morning long. They're along 281 and 410, so we're still keeping eyes on that. But elsewhere, traffic's moving along just fine. We don't have any other incidents being reported, at least at this hour. It will pick up, though, here soon with more traffic on the roadway. Speaking of that 281 410 incident, RJ has been out there live this morning and giving us some of the latest details. Let's check in with him now and see what's going on there. RJ.
Yeah, that's right, Justin. So I did check in with TransGuide a little while ago, and traffic is still backed up over there by Isom Road. Again, that was going to be the 281 southbound to 410 west. But we have actually also just relocated because we're talking about that big closure that's going to be taking place on the far northwest side, the 1604 expansion out here. So again, we've been talking about it for months now in the studio, kind of giving you an idea of what exactly is going to go on. We're going to have two big closures taking place this weekend. First of all, along 1604. So we're going to start right here at the interchange. So we're actually right here on the access road for I-10 westbound traffic. And this is going to be at the Papados parking lot. A lot of people obviously come here to eat right past UTSA Boulevard, and traffic moving pretty good in this direction right now. But that will definitely not be the case later on this weekend. So want to give you the bottom line here when it comes to the interchange. That means that 1604 east and west, the cloverleafs and connections to I-10 will be shut down starting tonight at 9 o'clock and extending through Monday at 5 a.m. And we actually have some drone video that we're showing you right now. We got some new video of the progress taking place out here at the 1604 expansion. The work taking place this weekend will be for bridge construction. There will be detour signs in place in both directions of 1604, and traffic officers here also to help drivers kind of get around and navigate through this area. So if you are coming westbound, you'll exit Vance Jackson to I-10 or Valero Way to get back onto 1604. If you're coming eastbound, you'll exit La Cantera Parkway over to Vance Jackson. So the good news is that I-10 in both directions will be open. So I-10 eastbound, westbound will be open as part of this ongoing construction this weekend. All right, we're going to come back out here live again. So we're out at the 1604 expansion. So a lot of people have been asking, emailing me about some of the progress. We talk about this all the time. Spoke to KSAT yesterday. They said that the first flyover ramp is on track to open later this year. Those are the beams that you see behind me, and we've seen some of this elevated highway construction that's going on out here. But overall, KSAT says that they are halfway through the interchange project of the 1604 expansion. They're going to start work on the second ramp soon, but unfortunately that means that there will be consecutive closures over the next couple of months. That's something that we will continue to keep you updated on. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. And just like RJ and Justin were mentioning earlier, this is the crash at 281 at 410. So investigators tell us that a driver smashed into a car that was on the side of the ramp. And right now it's not clear if that car was stranded, but it immediately caught fire. So the SUV that crashed into that car rolled over several times. We're told that driver and a passenger were both taken to the hospital. One is in very serious condition. Fire chief on the scene told us that a person may have taken off, but that has not been confirmed with the San Antonio Police Department.
President Joe Biden wrapped up his trip to Brownsville yesterday, and he wasn't alone.
Mayor Ron Nirenberg was one of several mayors who joined President Biden.
As Daniela Ibarra explains, the mayor says the visit is good for San Antonio.
Mayor Ron Nirenberg says he's one of about a dozen mayors who met with President Biden. He says it was important to come to Brownsville to show support for the president because it can help the Alamo City. The crisis along the Rio Grande is spilling into cities across Texas. How is the migration issue impacting San Antonio?
Well, the migration flows in San Antonio and throughout the southern border ebb and flow.
San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg met with President Biden during his visit to Brownsville. Did the president ask you anything specifically about San Antonio?
Well, he asked us how it's going, and I reported to him that it is a challenge.
Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas joined the president to meet with Border Patrol agents and local leaders like Nirenberg. Do you feel like the president heard you?
Absolutely. The president has heard us. That's why he worked to craft this legislation along with a bipartisan group of Senate leaders.
That legislation is a border security bill President Biden pushed forward during his trip.
It's time for the speakers and some of my Republican friends in Congress who are blocking this bill to show a little spine.
Nirenberg says that bill could lead to relief for cities like San Antonio. He's urging Congress to act.
This border issue is so very frustrating, Daniela, because it is less an immigration crisis as it is a political crisis.
Brownsville's mayor called the president's visit here a big deal. He says the bill will help his community, which he says is overwhelmed and overworked by the migrant crisis. For GMSA, I'm Daniela Ibarra.
Now to Eagle Pass, where former President Trump also made a stop to address the increasing number of people trying to come into the U.S. illegally.
As John Paul Barajas reports, the former president had supporters and some pushback.
Nice weather, beautiful day, but a very dangerous border. We're going to take care of it.
Former President Donald Trump touched down in Del Rio for his southern border visit. As he made his way to Eagle Pass, people lined the entrance of Shelby Park to see him.
Just shows that he cares, and with Biden, of course, he never came, so you know, he went to Brownsville,
But some think the dueling border visits from President Joe Biden and Trump is all for show. It's political, the Republicans versus the Democrats, and we have an election coming up. The Texas National Guard took over all of Shelby Park, and a lot of people use that for events for the city, he said. Governor Greg Abbott and the state took over Shelby Park in January, something the former president commended him on this afternoon, along with measures like shipping containers, buoys, and razor wire.
But I think he understands war, because that's what you're in. You're in a war.
During his visit and tour, Trump also made clear he didn't think President Biden was doing enough for border security.
By the Biden migrant crime, it's a new form of vicious violation to our country.
And touted his policies from his time in the Oval Office, like Remain in Mexico, asylum bans, and Title 42. But the Eagle Pass Border Coalition was very outspoken about both Trump and Abbott's visit to their community.
And this unwanted attention, this unwanted militarization of our community is unwelcome. You are not welcome here, gentlemen.
Back out here, the former president's quick border trip has ended, and he's vowed to conduct, quote, the largest domestic deportation operation in American history, end quote, if he wins the White House in November. But regardless of that, the state's taking over of Shelby Park with added fencing and military personnel manning the gates. That doesn't look like it's going anywhere. In Eagle Pass, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Meanwhile, a federal judge in Austin has suspended a controversial state immigration law. It was set to take effect Tuesday. The law would allow Texas law enforcement agents to arrest and detain people they suspect of entering the country illegally. The judge who stopped the law from going into effect, David Allen Ezra, argued it would open the door to individual states passing their own version of federal immigration laws.
San Antonio police are still searching this morning for the suspects responsible for killing a man at a warehouse yesterday afternoon. So police say a man was standing at the back door of that warehouse located on Loop 410 and I-35 on the city's northeast side. And that's when two men approached him and started shooting. The victim died at the scene. Now, suspects were last seen in a black car on FM 78. If you know anything that can help police find them, you're asked to call the police department.
A teenager's in jail this morning for his involvement in a deadly New Year's Eve shooting. It happened on Misty Ridge Drive near Converse. This is 17-year-old John Doerr. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says he is charged in the shooting death of 17-year-old Jaden Perez. Perez was shot once in the face and left for dead. BCSO believes this is all the result of a botched drug deal. Sheriff Salazar says more charges could be coming in the case as the investigation continues.
Bexar County Sheriff's Deputy Joshua Martinez is behind bars after the sheriff's office says he lied on a report about an incident with an inmate. So that incident happened back in October of 2022. The inmate accused Martinez of throwing her to the floor during an argument. Now, Martinez denied that accusation, saying in a report that the woman threw herself on the floor. However, the sheriff's office says security video backs up the woman's claim. Martinez is charged with tampering with a government record, and he's on unpaid leave while the investigation continues.
In your morning headlines, the Smokehouse Creek fire in the Texas Panhandle, now the largest recorded fire in state history.
It has burned more than 1 million acres so far, leaving 2 people dead. And as land and structures continue to burn, agriculture agents estimate around 5,000 heads of cattle have been killed. Now, 2 people are dead again, and officials say that number can grow after the grim task of searching burned homes.
There's a chance that there may be people that did not survive and were trapped by the fire.
So far, San Antonio firefighters have sent 6 personnel to the Panhandle to help battle the flames.
The Biden administration has announced a delay to a key part of its signature climate plan until after the presidential election. The Environmental Protection Agency said it will move forward with finalizing standards to cut emissions from existing coal and new natural gas plants this spring. EPA Administrator Michael Reagan said in a statement that the move would achieve greater emissions reductions than the current proposal because it would focus on a bigger range of pollutants and toxic air.
And time now is 6:11 and 47 degrees for now.
Apple is extending their self-service repair program. What that means for users of the latest MacBook Pro and iMac models.
And coming up after the break, our Sarah Costa is going to talk about growing your own potatoes in today's Gardening with KSAT and why you should do that now.
And outside with live cam on your Friday, see how things are looking out at the airport. You see some of those clouds out there. It's, again, a bit of a chilly start. We've gained about a degree since our last hour. Be right back.